en Haïti. Hier, j'ai annoncé de nouvelles mesures de soutien pour aider les Haïtiens à lutter contre la violence et la corruption. Depuis 2022, le Canada s'est engagé à verser plus de 300 millions de dollars en aide internationale pour répondre à la crise en Haïti. On a aussi sanctionné 28 personnes et fourni de l'aide technique et tactique à la police nationale d'Haïti. On va continuer d'être là pour soutenir le peuple haïtien. Canada and CARICOM will continue to work together as partners to build a more stable, secure, and prosperous hemisphere. Thank you. I'm happy to pass it over to President Ali of Guyana. It was such a pleasure to see you and all of our colleagues here at CARICOM this week. But lots more to do, lots of positive momentum, and I look forward to it, not just in Trinidad and in Guyana, but right across the Caribbean. Irfan.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Trudeau. I'm here with my friend, Prime Minister Rowley. You know, in cricket, we have opening batsmen, so we're opening the batting here. First, allow me to thank Prime Minister and the people of Canada for the enormous welcome they gave us and the great summit that was organized here between Canada and CARICOM. I must also take this opportunity to thank the CARICOM Secretariat and the joint team here in Canada that worked tremendously hard in putting together this summit and working so seamlessly together in ensuring the success of this summit. I want to say that we were very pleased at the outcome of this summit. We spent a lot of time together creating a framework and an ecosystem to support investment, partnership, especially with the private sector, and discussing issues surrounding an enabling policy environment that will support the aspirations of both Canada and CARICOM. Also, we discuss supporting mechanism that Canada can help the region with in creating an environment that will support financial system reforms, the climate agenda and COP28, the priorities that Canada and CARICOM share and how we can advance those priorities, food security, development financing, regional transport and logistics, and an enhanced facilitation in the movement of people between Canada and CARICOM. These were some of the key issues that we discussed. Of course, sustainable energy security, creating a balance between climate and energy needs of Canada, the region, and the world. And importantly, technology and innovation. How do we ensure a seamless transfer of innovation and technology from Canada and that can support the development of the region? If I may wrap things up in three phrases, this summit definitely built our trust, deepened our friendship, and expanded relationship. And one of the important attributes of the summit itself was the involvement of the private sector. In closing, I want to thank our High Commissions here in Canada and Canadian High Commissions in our different countries. The High Commissioners, I think, and their staff also work in a very strong way to support and ensure the success of this conference. Prime Minister Rowley, please.
Thank you very much, my colleague. I would just like, on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of my Caribbean colleagues, to thank Prime Minister Trudeau and his executive team for extending to us the well-known traditional Canadian hospitality. The arrangements for hosting us here have been absolutely fantastic. We brought you half a day of sunshine, and we trust that you will come and get the rest in the Caribbean. But, ladies and gentlemen, what we have done here ought not to be sneezed at. The Caribbean islands and Canada, we have a legacy that we ought not to take lightly. In troubled times like these, it is imperative that we acknowledge who we are and also agree that we are stronger together. CARICOM, as a group of island nations facing the hostilities of the world, we believe that we are stronger together, standing and speaking as CARICOM. But with Canada, we are also stronger together in the international community. The challenges that we face now, some are unique, some are normal, as you might say. But even if we want to walk away, as I told Prime Minister Trudeau a moment ago, even if we want to disregard the legacy of our history, our diaspora won't let us. So it's important for us to use what we have, which is that common sense of purpose, our Commonwealth commitment, our belief in democracy, and the decency of the human being. Today, we've spent some time with you, and we've found a lot of common ground. And I trust that as we go forward, that this will not be the last occasion. As a matter of fact, Trinidad and Tobago would want to suggest that this event should take place at least on a biannual basis, so that we can ensure that our common interest is not left behind. We found common ground with respect to Canada's strength that can be made available to us in the region on the issue of regional security, national safety and security, providing of equipment which we find difficult in the region, standing with us and voicing our concerns about being disregarded in the international community of financing response to climate change, standing in defense with us, where only this week we're reporting that 2 of our CARICOM nations have found themselves being excluded from the international banking community and all the trouble that that means, and standing with us in taking common positions on matters, even if the troubles are far away, the effects are close to us, like the Middle East, and of course, coming out of the COVID experience. So there's a lot that Trinidad and Tobago and the CARICOM and Canada have in common, and we intend to ensure that our strengths work for us, and that we remain not just friends, but brothers of the North and brothers of the Caribbean, the zone of peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We will now start with the press conference. Nous allons maintenant commencer avec les périodes des questions. La première question est à Valérie Camache, Radio-Canada.
On n'a pas eu l'occasion de vous entendre sur les frappes sur cet hôpital de Gaza. Est-ce que vous croyez la version d'Israël? Et à l'instar de votre collègue Joe Biden, allez-vous vous rendre, vous, en Israël?
Tout d'abord, évidemment, nous sommes horrifiés par la perte de vies humaines et d'innocents à l'hôpital à Gaza. Des civils innocents ne doivent jamais être, doivent toujours être protégés. Le droit international doit toujours être respecté. On est en train de travailler actuellement avec nos alliés pour déterminer exactement ce qui s'est passé. Par rapport à la région, je suis allé plusieurs fois dans la région et on regarde la prochaine occasion pour y aller. Okay. First of all, we are obviously horrified by the attacks by the destruction of the hospital in Gaza. Civilian life must always be protected, and international and humanitarian law must always be respected. We are working closely with allies to determine exactly what happened. In regards to visiting the region, I have been many times, and I look forward to the next opportunity to go where we can actually be helpful and push towards peace and stability in the region.
Accès aux mêmes preuves que le président américain a eu accès. On comprend que l'ambassadeur ici a pu les présenter au gouvernement canadien. Est-ce que vous avez pu les voir? Qu'est-ce que vous en avez pensé?
On sait qu'on est dans une situation qui ne se passe pas seulement là-bas. Des familles, des individus, des communautés ici au Canada sont affectés de façon personnelle et intense par tout ce qui s'est passé. On peut être unis sur le fait que jamais on aurait dû voir l'effondrement et l'explosion à un hôpital plein d'innocents. Mais c'est pour ça exactement que, oui, on a vu certains éléments préliminaires, mais on va continuer de travailler avec nos alliés le plus rapidement possible avant d'établir des conclusions finales et fermes. I think the thing with this horrific situation in the Middle East is that it's not just happening over there. It's having an impact, a deep, direct, personal impact on individuals, on families, on communities here in Canada. Everyone is in agreement that the deaths of innocents in that hospital in Gaza never should have happened. But we are taking the necessary time to look carefully at everything, and rapidly, of course, before we draw any final conclusions about what happened. We are taking this extremely seriously because of all the intensity with which people are living this horrific loss of life.
The next question goes to Valerio St. Louis from Voice of America.
Prime Minister Trudeau, I'll ask a question in French, if you may. And it's about Haiti. Le CARICOM et le Canada sont très intéressés à aider Haïti dans cette situation d'insécurité. Vous avez pris des mesures. Parmi ces mesures, il y a les sanctions. Les sanctions contre des personnalités en Haïti qui seraient impliquées dans le support dans le support des gangs. Ces sanctions, est-ce qu'elles sont vraiment efficaces? Est-ce qu'elles donnent des résultats? Si oui, et comment pouvez-vous dire au peuple haïtien que ces sanctions donnent des résultats? Puisqu'on n'a arrêté personne et ces personnes sanctionnées circulent librement.
Tout d'abord, le Canada est rendu à 28 sanctions sur des personnes responsables pour l'instabilité actuelle en Haïti. Et on continue de mettre la pression sur les élites, sur la classe politique, sur les oligarques haïtiens pour s'assurer qu'il y ait une redevabilité. Et on est en train de travailler avec les Américains, avec d'autres pour s'assurer qu'ils soient là aussi. On va continuer d'être là pour aider avec des investissements humanitaires. On va continuer d'être là pour aider avec de la formation et des ressources pour la police nationale haïtienne. Mais nous avons aussi besoin d'un engagement politique pour créer un consensus, pour pouvoir accueillir l'aide internationale pour mettre fin à cette insécurité et cette situation horrible. Je vais le répéter en anglais et je vais peut-être demander à mes collègues de se prononcer là-dessus aussi. I'll repeat in English and perhaps turn the question to my CARICOM colleagues as well. Canada has stepped up on sanctions. We've sanctioned 28 individuals in Haiti who we feel are contributing significantly to the current instability and horrific security situation that the Haitian people are suffering through right now. We have been putting pressure on the UN, on the United States, on our European colleagues to meet us where we are with sanctions, because we know that there are elites and oligarchs and even political figures in Haiti who are contributing directly to the instability, financing gangs, supporting this ongoing security and humanitarian crisis. We are working closely with CARICOM to